Hello, everyone. It is Friday, and this is Outnumbered. I'm Kayleigh McEnany here with my co-host, Emily Compagno. Also joining us, Fox News Sunday anchor and chief legal correspondent, Shannon Bream. Fox weather meteorologist, Amy Freeze. And he couldn't resist just dismissing this almost entirely. Listen to Chris Hayes on this report. This is gospel, so maybe he'll reconsider.
Well, I think we've taken this whole thing as a beat for a while. I mean, the first clinic of this type was commercial. And God bless this whistleblower, who has a ton of credibility for all the reasons Garrett laid out. Her partner is transgender. Doesn't want to be against it, but sees the exploitation of kids.
Yeah, you know, I was shunned in some cases. That's the allegation with this clinic, especially when you consider, this is from the International Review of Psychiatry Journal, 2016. You can find this in the National Library of Medicine. The conclusion, do something like a mastectomy, which can change your life forever, until you've had counseling and really considered it.
Yeah, and that's what I talked to Dr. Siegel about with last hour, and he said that is his main concern, is that the mental health service streaming in with gender issues, instead of considering it as that a social contagion issue, the doctors said gender identity
was overwhelmed, and in an attempt to triage everything, they not only outsourced the referrals for the hormone prescription or whatever, but also, and then these kids are getting hormonal transplant, irreversible differences with no thought.
No thought, and the social of what was going on at 7:30, which was the arrest of Donald Trump.
Democrats are not happy that President Biden hasn't made more of this, that he hasn't called out these indictments and tried to make investigation too.
Right. I think that it's not going to be hard for him.
Exactly what this is. I think it is a mockery and a travesty. It's a mockery of the justice system, and for so many people like me who have spent hundreds of travesty, and I'm embarrassed for everyone involved, especially that Fulton County DA.
Well, Pete, I think there were some last night.
It did. I mean, that was a heck of a mugshot, though. That is it's not often you look at a photo and you say
The funding, you're taking the money away from the police, but they're putting $1.6 million in the training and the funding of setting this up in Seattle. So they took those funds and put it into the other place. But my question is, when you now get in trouble because one of these alternate response team members get hurt and you now have the city sued, didn't you?
Wait, Democrat councilwoman, this is according to FoxNews.com. In December of 2020, she had to call the police to her home after a man reportedly threw a rock through her living room window, a crime for which, under proposed legislation, the suspect would have avoided criminal charge. I interviewed him just about a month ago. He got on his knees, broke down in tears, and though he wasn't religious, he promised God to get sober. It helped him, and then this hit comes out. So that was according to...
These are the development of diabetes with sugar and the like. There's a lot of conversations thoughtfully that we can have about health in this country, but I think coming out and being like, one beer a week, the next beer that I have, which will be in 15 minutes. I'm going to cheers to that.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Good for you, Emily. Well, Dr. Siegel on, which was interesting.
Yes.
So later in this article, Dr. Dan Malik says that they discount that alcohol infuses many lives in a positive way, the social aspect. Maybe it's reaching, but Dr. Siegel seemed to buy
Well,
into it.
yeah, Dr. Siegel said there's something for relaxing, and that when your heart rate is racing and you don't relax, that's not good for you either, and that wears on you and is aging. But listen, when the government told me that I could not eat raw cookie dough anymore, I stopped listening. Like, you're not going to take that away from me. So we'll just have to see how this plays out moving.
See who is shunning drinking altogether.
Right.
That is interesting.
Maybe they'll like this.
Totally.
I think
They'll be
so.
good with these recommendations.
Yeah, good for them. I mean, you know, alcohol's not good, so good for Gen Z. All right, more Outnumbered in just a moment. Quintessential 90s.
Totally. Love it. Love it. Love the 90s memes, too.
I took from the list.
and I would have gone with Nirvana, but it took me a while. But I went with Green Day. Remember the Green Day?
Yes, of course. Dookie. Yeah, yeah.
That album, I remember.
Sort of blew up.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of things happened in the Bay Area. Mine, I couldn't choose. I had to do 3. My favorite one of all time, of course. Of course.
Especially as Latino voters increasingly come to the Republican Party. So good choice, Rana.
Totally. I'll be going to Lakewood Church while I am there for one. I'm
Yeah, it'll be great. Texas is great. It will be hot. Nashville's been passed over now twice because they wanted it in 2024, right?
But didn't they at one
And
point kind of
2028.
pull back and say, we don't need it?
It'll blow your mind. Everyday people that did extraordinary things and never expected to be highlighted, and that's what the Patriot Awards is all about. If you're looking something to like feel good about,
Yeah.
you're going to feel good.
The best of our country
Absolutely
is what this
right.
is all about,
Absolutely
the people.
right. So check us out. Get them now.
If for some reason someone can't
Stream the whole thing, but there's nothing like
Being in
and
person.
there are exclusive parties and book signings and stuff like that, so it'll be a whole event.
Awesome. There's nothing like Nashville either, so
Amen.
that's exciting. Thanks
nothing like
everyone
Friday.
for watching. Absolutely. Thanks to everyone for watching, and now here is America Reports.